Black vote ain't for sale no more. Black vote ain't for sale. We bartering on business. We standing on business. Bring us some tangibles or get out of my face.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Dr. Umar Johnson exposing Kamala Harris and her team for trying to pay off high-level influencers and celebrities. Now, before we get to his video in which he breaks it down and some evidence to back him up, let's back up a little bit here to explain what's going on for proper context. Now, a lot of y'all may know who this man is. Some of you guys don't, and that's fine. For the younger generation, you may have seen him on social media. He's kind of a meme at this point. He's a naturally funny character, although he's being dead serious about his pro-black, anti-white female agenda. He's super, super serious about that, although it can be funny to some. Now, if you're my age, older millennial, or older than that, you know him from many years ago, being a pro-black, doing speaking engagements, the whole school kerfuffle, which is a whole different story. And for now, I digress. You know him from a variety of different ways. And at the end of the day, the point is he's a very influential person in the community, in the black community. So, of course, they'll reach out to him and Kai Cenat and guys like this to try and get them to do things for Kamala. Hey, can you make a pro-Kamala post on your social media page? Hey, can you come out and speak before a Kamala event? And there's a lot of money involved. I would say there's billions of dollars involved with this whole industry. Now, before I go any further, let's get to the first clip. Of course, I'll link to everything in the box if you want to see it in full without my commentary, but I will stop it at certain points to give my 2 cents. And without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Black vote ain't for sale no more. Black vote ain't for sale. We bartering on business. We standing on business. Bring us some tangibles or get out of my face. Ricky Smiley, I love you, but crying on the radio for Kamala Harris, my brother, that's an all-time low. Don't do that again, Ricky Smiley. Don't you get on your radio show and cry for Kamala. Don't you do that, my brother. If you want to cry for Kamala Harris.
I caught that, Umar. Obama, I caught that. Kamala Obama, I caught that. Very, very well done, sir.
If you want to cry for Kamala Harris, you do that in the privacy of your house. But if we're going to be honest, Steve Harvey and Ricky Smiley, and I love you both, no hate to my big brothers. But if we're going to be honest, Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey, y'all only carried on because y'all got paid to carry on.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about that money, because the money, listen, money is there. And I know a lot of guys on social media, a lot of these celebrities, a lot of these influencers are getting those monies. Now, me personally, I've never been paid by the RNC or any kind of PAC like that. And if I did, I would tell you straight up, this is what it is. I would disclose it. It wouldn't be a thing you would be kind of surprised about. And before any kind of sponsorship or whatnot came along, I've been the same person. But some of these people were not really political. All of a sudden, it became political, and they out there campaigning for a particular individual. Okay, let's keep on going.
Can we please be honest? Can we see? I want y'all to understand, overstand, and understand what King Kong is talking about. Y'all carried on because y'all got paid to carry on. Kamala Harris and the Democratic plantation is paying you celebrities, paying you to shame black people into voting. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of that vote. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of that vote.
Now, of course, Umar, I disagree with you there, because Umar, what he represents, in my opinion, are a lot of black folks who say they don't want to vote at all. When we expose how bad the Democratic Party is that we've been voting for the past 60, 70 years, when we expose how bad they are, then they say, oh, it's two sides of the same bird. They're all the same, ain't no different, so I'm not going to vote at all. When in reality, the other side is much better for you. This is why so many black folks are moving to Atlanta, Georgia, which is a red state, Houston, Texas, Dallas, Texas, another red state, Florida, red state, North Carolina, South Carolina, kind of flip-flop, but still red states. They move into conservative places to red states with lower taxes, lower cost of living, safer, you have more rights, you get to own your firearm. They move places like that. But then when we say, hey, why don't you vote the same kind of way that the policies you like are supported, they just say, no, I don't want to vote at all.
Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of the vote, but they being paid, y'all being bought. They offer me $10K for an interview with Kamala Harris. I don't want your money.
So he's exposing it right here. It says, hey, they, whoever they may be, and they're going to be funny with that because when Kai Cenat, the humongous, the really, really big time streamer, young dude, 22 years old, when he came out and said that Secret Service had been calling his phone and Kamala's team had been calling his phone, trying to get him to do a live stream with them because they saw how big the Trump and Aiden Ross stream, where he got the Cybertruck, they saw how big that one was. So they reached out to him. The Kamala's team responded and said, oh, well, he wasn't talking to us. He was speaking to a third party that's kind of like loosely affiliated with us. So, okay, yeah, whatever. A PAC, right? A super PAC. Some kind of company, some kind of third party, they reached out to him on your behalf. Let's not play any games. The same thing appears to have been going on with Umar. Let's continue.
But we can definitely do the interview. They offer me $10K for an interview with Kamala Harris. Yes, we can do the interview. Keep your damn money. King Kong consciousness ain't for sale. I'm one of the real ones. Silverback Garvey Gorilla. I'm one of the real ones. Silverback Garvey Gorilla. Don't come to me with no propositions for money. I don't live for no money. I'm not one of these goofy ass rappers whose whole life is nothing but what you can buy and own. You dealing with real African DNA.
Now, I can agree with him 100%. I can really appreciate him not wanting to be sold out. We could do the interview, but I'm not going to get paid for it because at that point, my opinion is compromised. If you pay me to interview you, then my opinion is compromised. Obviously, this payment has some strings attached. You want me to say positive things about her and give her a softball interview to make her look good on my platform to influence my followers. This is what you want. But I want to ask real questions, not whatever you want to give me, like how to do with Joe Biden. Okay, so keep the 10 bands. Let me just interview her normally. They probably don't even want to do the interview if they can't pay him.
This is real ancestral energy over here. I'm not no Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey. You don't drop no check off and say, get the Negroes to the plantation on November the 4th. You don't drop no check off and say, get the Negroes to the plantation.
So very well done. Shout out to you, Umar. Now we have somebody else, another influencer, saying the exact same thing about Kamala and her team. Okay. And the number that she gave out is similar to what Umar gave out. So this lets me know that there are most certainly some big monies exchanging hands when you're talking about influencers of social media. Okay, what's them boys? Them two white kids, the Sisson boys or whatever their name are. Those guys are getting paid straight from the DNC. Last time I checked, but maybe I'm wrong. But there is some money going into their pocket from these people that wish to see the current administration continue. But let's continue here with a little bit more to back up what Umar was saying about the whole pay for play situation. Check it out.
In the first 100 days of a Republican presidency under Trump, Project 2025 talks about sacking thousands of civil servants.
Last month, Sunay says she was hired by Protect Our Care, a progressive advocacy group that relies on anonymous donors. She made a video warning about Trump's second-term agenda.
They almost help you script it, right?
Right,
Like,
definitely.
She takes their talking points and puts them into her own voice.
Now, let's pause right here. I kind of want to just zoom in a little bit because this is really important. Now, this segment is about this young lady being paid to say what's on this script in her own words, of course. Now, look at what it says right here. It's all about Project 2025. This is the reason why so many in the community are talking about Project 2025, although it's nothing. Now, you guys can see what it says right here on the screen, but I'm going to explain what's happening. Project 2025 is a framework for people to follow if they wish, and it comes from a conservative think tank called the Heritage Foundation. This is not a bill. This will not be a law. This does not come from the Trump team. Actually, Trump spoke about this and said he didn't know anything about it. He read some of it. He liked some things and he did not like some things. But if you listen to the media and what these influencers say, this is Trump's plan and it's dangerous. And if you ask people, hey, what about this plan is dangerous? They're not going to have much in the way of anything serious. Okay. Now they even telling her right here, don't get into the details of what this says, because once you get into the details, that takes away from the mystique and the scary nature of how they're trying to present it. You see it right here. It's do's and don'ts. In the don't section, they say, don't just list the litany of policies in the manifesto. Yeah, don't list the policies, because then you might start to kind of ask questions and the math might not be mathing, as a cool kid say, but let's let it continue.
Saying she always discloses when she's being paid.
What's your rate?
So a video just for a creator in my size, an average can go from $3,000 to $10,000 depending and upwards.
So she's saying it right there, you know, between 3 and 10,000. What did Umar say? 10,000. It's the same thing. It's the same kind of people. It might not have been the same organization or entity that reached out to Umar to reach out to her, but it's the same thing at the end of the day. They're just trying to pay people to get them to influence you. And a lot of it is working, because Project 2025 seems to be a talking point that a lot in the community I have. And the only reason why they're saying that is because they saw it on social media, namely the app from China that starts with 2 T's. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to Umar for keeping it all the way real about what's going on. And they're not even really trying to hide it. This piece I just showed you with the young lady was from CBS. They're not trying to hide it. Now, it's up to the individual whether you want to believe what you're being told by paid actors. I would say don't even believe me. Do your own research. Look at what Project 2025 is and see if it's a thing that Trump even supports. Listening to the media, they'll say one thing, but the reality says something else. So always do your own research and don't just take whatever talking head like me even says on the internet. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your thoughts about Umar Johnson and a litany of other people being paid by the administration through a third party? Okay, it's not Kamala Harris walking up to you in a dark alley giving you a duffel bag of money. She's not giving you $10,000 in cash in your hand at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. But at the end of the day, there's going to be third parties, PACs, or whatever working on their behalf, paying people to say certain things to influence the general public. That's what's going on. But whatever your thoughts on that are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I'm not surprised at all, but I'm glad that we have some transparency here to where you are actually knowing what's going on rather than guessing, rather than assuming, oh, that guy's probably getting paid, that guy's probably getting paid. You can safely assume that a lot of these people, especially these celebrities who are not really politically inclined at all, when they're speaking about politics, they're being paid or in some kind of other way encouraged or incentivized to do it. It's not strictly organic. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that is all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.